If I were smart, I'd go home now.
American President Joe Biden gave his third State of the Union address last night, making an impassioned speech that surpassed expectations.
Look, for a lot of voters, they think the stakes are incredibly high. And I think the fear has been that Joe Biden can't manage where the stakes are, like isn't good enough to take us through this moment. And last night, what he said was for the Democratic base, but how he said it was for swing voters who needed to see that this guy was all there, that he could do the job.
The State of the Union gives the president one of his biggest TV audiences of the year, and Biden used it as an opportunity to lay out what his re-election campaign will look like.
Well, we were disappointed. I mean, look, usually in a State of the Union, you have at least segments of it that are bipartisan, where we can unify and agree on things. President Biden gave none of that tonight. It was a completely hyper-partisan speech. I don't know how else to describe it. It was a campaign speech and a pretty vitriolic one at that.
Flanked by his VP Kamala Harris and House Speaker Mike Johnson, the 81-year-old addressed questions about his age.
I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while. When you get to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever.
And even went off script to quip with Republicans.
You're saying low, look at the facts. I know you know how to read.
Most of his back and forths were about the border.
The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing.
He ran into a bit of trouble during an off-script moment, sparring with Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene when he referred to an undocumented migrant as an illegal.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Members of his own party posting online after, saying no humans are illegal. Though he never mentioned Trump by name, Biden spent much of the speech drawing contrast between himself and the former president, as the two will likely face off again in this November's election.
And if my predecessor is watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together, but that's what he apparently here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country. I will not separate families.
He made it clear that reproductive rights will take front and center at the polls, looking directly at the Supreme Court justices in the front seats as he vowed to reinstate Roe v. Wade.
My God, what freedom else would you take away?
Looking to the war between Israel and Hamas, Biden says the U.S. military will create a temporary pier in Gaza to deliver aid directly to Palestinians.
This war has taken a greater toll on innocent civilians than all previous wars in Gaza combined.
After the address, he told colleagues something he left out of the speech.
I told him, baby, show me pieces. Baby, you know I can't come. Sir, just...
Meanwhile, Trump posted about the address over 24 times on Truth Social last night, labeling Biden as angry and crazy. In the official response from the GOP, Senator Katie Britt accused the president of being out of touch with working families.
Right now, the American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families.